Hello and welcome to the Jmeter Getting Started tutorial. I will try to show you in under 5 minutes how to set up a very basic test plan using Jmeter's proxy capabilities and then run that test plan against the Jakarta Jmeter site. This will not be a comprehensive plan, but rather just a starting point to get you a feeling of what you can do with Jmeter. Okay, you can see that there's two panes in Jmeter, one for the test plan, one called Workbench, and we'll use that immediately. We add a non-test element called proxy server, and yes, that's exactly what it says. It's a proxy server. It defaults to the port 8080, and we just start that proxy server, and then we get Firefox here. And we configure Firefox to use the proxy. So we choose proxy configuration, localhost 8080. Okay, get rid of that. And then we refresh the Jmeter page, and you can see that's something happening in the workbench here. And that's enough for us for the time being. So we get rid of Firefox and stop the proxy, and then we examine what has happened here. So the first thing that happened was this thing with this little sampler icon here, and this is what Jmeter calls a sampler, and it's basically a request for a URL. And we requested the Jmeter index page. So the path is just /jmeter/ and the server, it filled in the server name, and the method used was get, and that's enough to define a request for the time being. What it also did, it recorded the headers that the browser sent, and all the requests that it recorded follow these same patterns. So there's a path and a server name, and it's got a name which happens to be the same as the path, and it recorded the headers that the browser sent. So how do we get from this to a test plan? The first thing that we need is a thread group. This is Jmeter lingo for basically virtual users, what other load testing tools call virtual users. So the first thing is a thread group, and then we add samplers to the thread group, and we can do this as we recorded them using the proxy. We can do that by basically cutting and pasting them from the workbench area. So this is what I'll just do. Let's just do these two. So we copy that and paste it here, and now we have one sampler here, and let's copy the logo request maybe. Yeah, let's use the copy and paste, and let's not worry about the others. We can get rid of them. Okay, so now we have a thread group with two requests for the Jmeter index page and the Jmeter logo, and we use the recorded browser headers. And how do we run this now? We need to configure the thread group. At the moment, and by default, it's configured to have one user or one thread, and do one iteration of this particular test plan underneath the thread group. So we could run this now. Yes, it also has to save. Let's save tutorial 1. Okay, so we saved that, and let's start it. And you can see in the upper right hand corner that it has done something, but we don't really know what it has done, because what we've forgotten to do is adding a listener. So the simplest listener to use is the summary report for the time being. Um, so yeah, that's all we do. We just run it again, and we can see now that it has run 2 requests. It shows us the average times it took and whether there were errors and the throughput, and gives us some total numbers. And that's basically the very basic usage of Jmeter. If you want, you can go on watching the other parts of this tutorial. Okay, thank you.